Hello, North Country, and welcome to American Legion Post 1619 Field in West Plattsburgh for the Sons of the American Legion Adirondack Slow Pitch League Softball Championships. This is the C Division finals between Ron Hoy Construction and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart. In Game 1, Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart with the win 19-7 over Ron Hoy Construction, and they have taken a 1-0 lead in this best of 5 championship series. Ron Hoy onto the mound again tonight for the Ron Hoy Construction team, and we are about set for play. Jim Varon, the home plate umpire, and Pete Ensel will be on the bases. In Game 1, the leading hitters for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart, 3 RBIs on a couple of hits by Eric Hendricks, 3 RBIs on 3 hits for Bill Tallman, who was the winning pitcher, 4 RBIs on 3 hits for Darrell Avery, 3 RBIs on 3 hits for Jason Pupor. Several players getting involved in the offense for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart. Ron Hoy Construction paced by Henry Rafalco, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, and Gary LaMarche, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Kelly Miller on camera, and our thanks to Ron Hoy Construction for their support. And we are about set for play. First batter steps in. It is McCray. 59 degrees at game time. McCray will face, Hoy will face McCray, then Kevin LaHoo and Eric Hendricks. Called strike 1 to the patient McCray. McCray was 1 for 5 in Game 1. He draws a walk here to open the game. Kevin LaHoo, 2 for 3 with an RBI and 3 runs scored in Game 1.
Get him on second. Curtis got it. Here we go. Get ready.
The catcher for the Ron Hoy Construction team is Jim Robidoux. First baseman is Carmen Russ. Second baseman Gary Gagne. Shortstop is not listed. Let's see. Maybe it's Curtis Seymour. And at third base, it's Rainey Berto. Hoy pitches and LaHoo takes, and not sure what the count is. Next pitch, and just foul, called just foul by inches. McCray at first base via the walk, and LaHoo bats. The Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart team up a 1-0, looking for the big win in Game 2.
Doing that till it's fair, Kevy. All right, Ron, put it on. He's ready.
This game being played at around 9 o'clock in the evening, and dampness setting in, and at that point we always get a little bit worried about our videotape equipment developing too much moisture. Runners on first and second now with no one out, and that is Eric Hendricks at the plate. A big first game. Ooh, a runner came off base, did he? Yep, he came off and he is out. When you swing and miss, if you come off the base, you are out. So a put out there, and then Hendricks to Seymour at shortstop. And we have 2 outs as McCray advanced to third base. Now Jeff Burns bats. Burns was 3 for 5 in Game 1. 2 outs with McCray on third. And the Ron Hoy Construction team looking for a quick first inning and get in here and heat up the bats. Swung on and missed there as Burns with some big swings.
Come on now, let's go, Jeff. It's like last night.
One more round.
And a strikeout recorded. A rare strikeout. Swung on and missed. No runs on no hits. So Hoy pitching a no-hitter after one. And we go to the bottom of the first. The score on the Ron Hoy Construction scoreboard is Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 0 and Ron Hoy Construction coming to bat. Ryan Hoy, the leadoff hitter in the Ron Hoy Construction batting order. He'll be followed by Kurt Seymour and Ron Hoy. The catcher for the Corner Mart team is Slammin' Sammy Light.
Okay, Hoy.
On the mound is Bill Tallman.
We need John here.
And a walk issued to leadoff hitter Ryan Hoy. Now you might see the shift put on by the infield of the Corner Mart as they play the regular infield, but they take their rover and put him right behind second base on very short center field with the hopes of throwing somebody out at first base up the middle. Seymour bats. Seymour was 1 for 3 in game 1. Infield grounder. Tallman will try to turn 2. They get the force out at second base and they get Hoy off the base paths. Fielder's choice for Seymour. He'll be at first base with 1 out. And Ron Hoy is the batter. Ron Hoy is 1 for 3 in game 1.
Stay behind shortstop.
Other way.
Kelly Miller on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon. We are North Country Cable Network bringing you championship softball. This is the C division. And a base hit into left field. And the shift was on and they tried to force out at second base, but it's a base hit for Hoy. First and second, 1 out. And now Rainey Berto. And they have a runner. Hoy won't run at first. They send someone else out. Let's see. Rabideau comes out of the dugout to run in place of Ron Hoy. First and second and 1 out. Rainey Berto at the plate. Berto was 0 for 3 but had a ribby in game 1.
Only 3 out there. 1 out.
That one a called strike.
Come on, kid.
Game 2 of this championship series. Corner Mart won game number 1. On deck is Tim Sandrini.
All right. Base loaded, Timmy. Come on, bud.
The walk to Berto.
Come on, Timmy. Base hit scores 2. Base hit, Timmy's all we need.
And the extra hitter in the lineup, Tim Sandrini. Takes that one for a strike. Base is loaded and 1 out. Ron Hoy Construction looking to score first in this game. That one to left field and in front of the left fielder. So Sandrini's single drives in 1. And Seymour scored. 1-0 lead for Ron Hoy Construction. And Carmen Rust bats. The bases remain loaded. And then it will be Jim Rabideau, who is right now over at third base as the runner. That one up the middle. They'll look for a force out, but don't get it and almost throw it away. So back-to-back singles, drive-in runs, Sandrini and Rust. And now batting, it's a 2-0 lead for Ron Hoy Construction in the bottom of the first inning. And now Jim Rabideau at the plate.
Base hit, bud. Base hit, 2-4. All right, Jimmy, come on.
With camera, his third game tonight is Kelly Miller. Let me tell you, no easy job, 3 in a row.
Come on, Jimmy. Hit it hard somewhere.
Come on, Jim.
to third base. They'll look for two. Don't get it, and then they throw it away. So Sandrini was put out. Berto scored. 1 RBI. Rust is at third. And Rabadou, let's see, that would be by a fielder's choice. Ends up on first. So first and third, 3 runs in the inning for Hoy Construction, and now Gary Gagne bats. Gagne was 0 for 3 in game 1, so he's due. Takes that one inside, 2-0 the count. Bill Tallman on the mound. He was a winning pitcher in game 1.
You're ready now, you're ready. Face check.
2-1 the count to Gagne. And that one, a hard shot, and McRae the diving catch. Steve McRae, diving catch, sliding catch in left center.
Defense, guys.
For the third out, but 3 runs scored on 3 hits. And after 1, the score on the Ron Hoy Construction scoreboard is Ron Hoy Construction 3 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 0. Top of the second inning for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart. We are in West Plattsburgh, New York for the Sons of the American Legion Adirondack Slow Pitch League Softball Championships. This is the C division. Teams with losing records during the season, but they're reborn in the playoffs. Pat Fulham batting. Ron Hoy pitching.
Gotta be good.
We mentioned Kelly Miller on camera 3 games in a row. This is his 3rd game. He's getting tired, so we've decided to just skip the 3rd and 4th inning. We're not going to show it. We'll just give him a break during the 3rd and 4th innings and just skip it all. No, just kidding. Stick with us. We'll have it. So Fulham reaches, I guess, on what I'll call an error, and that brings up Bill Tallman. Now, Tallman had a big game at the plate. He was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored, plus the winning pitcher in game 1.
Get him at second. Good pitch.
We had some moths flying around us up atop of the first base dugout, but they've died from the cold, I think. The chill has settled in. It's now 58 degrees.
Put it on. There you go.
Ground ball, and they get the fielder's choice. Seymour makes the play to get the put out at second base. Tallman now at first with 1 out. And the Ron Hoy Construction team will try to get these outs 1 at a time and look to even this series. Mike O'Meara at the plate. In game 1, O'Meara was 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and scored 3 times. Power to left field. That may go over the left. Oh, 1 hop off the wall right in front of the Rombach's Bakery sign, and a double, a 1 hopper off the wall. I thought it might be gone. Double for O'Meara. Boy, the fans are cheering that, and a lot of lady fans cheering for him on that one. A lot of noise from the ladies' side of the crowd over there. Those ladies are happy with the O'Meara double. Tallman stops at third. 2 runners in scoring position for Darrell Avery now. He was a good man to have up at the plate right now because Avery in game 1 drove in 4 runs and another RBI opportunity. Avery was 3 for 4. And there's a single. It'll score 1. And O'Meara stops at third. RBI single for Avery. He picks right up tonight where he was in game 1. And Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart now trails 3-1. O'Meara at third and Avery at first. Jason Pupor bats. Pupor was 3 for 5 with 3 ribbies in game 1. That's strike 1. Ron Hoy on the mound. The right-handed serve, line drive, he caught it. No, then they call it safe, and they got the double play. I thought they might call it out that he had it long enough, but they decided to call it safe as he dropped it. And and he ended up getting the double play. DP recorded 1 run for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and the score on the Ron Hoy Construction scoreboard is Ron Hoy Construction 3 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 1.
You're ready now. You're ready.
Henry Rafalco, the right fielder, is at the plate. Bottom of the second inning for the Construction men. Rafalco was 2 for 3 and 2 RBIs in game 1. And line to left field for a base hit. Almost took a funny hop. Quick hands in left field by Kevin LaHoo.
Make him throw to you.
And now it's Gary LaMarche. LaMarche was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs also in game 1. LaMarche takes that one for strike 1. He wears the Cincinnati Reds cap. Rafalco at first, nobody out. Ron Hoy Construction scored 3 in the first on 3 hits. They now bat in the bottom of the second. It's Avery at third base. The shortstop is Jeff Burns. Second baseman Eric Hendricks. That one to left field. LaHoo takes it on 1 hop. So 2 good hitters to have at the bottom of the lineup, and then they set the table for the leadoff hitter in the top of the order. Ryan Hoy drew a walk in his first at-bat. Hoy is 1 for 3 in the series.
You're a real screamer. Hope everybody got some. I only fantasize.
First and second with no one out.
4 times in a row.
Right in there, Bill.
Ryan Hoy at the plate. That one for a strike.
Base hit now. Base hit.
Tallman looks in, ready to deliver the next pitch. And Hoy lines it to left center. Rafalco's wheels are turning. We'll have a play at the plate. Nope, throw well off line. RBI single for Ryan Hoy. 4-1 lead for Ron Hoy Construction. LaMarche ends up on third base. Ryan Hoy at second. Now who's this? Who's this batter? Is this a change? How'd this happen? What's up?
Ron Hoy Jr., right? Right?
No, Ryan.
Ryan Hoy.
Oh, this is Ryan Hoy. Well, I missed one guy in the lineup here. Who's that guy?
That's Dan
Banker.
Banker.
Okay, I didn't see his name in the batting order. So that was Dan Banker with the single. Now we had what, a line drive to third base, Kelly? Okay, so that was Banker with the RBI single. He wasn't on the original lineup sheet I got. LaMarche is still at third, Banker at second, and Hoy lines out. Now it's time for Seymour, so I've got the book correct now. 1 out, Seymour bats. He hit into a fielder's choice. Goes to right field, and that nobody's there. Past the right fielder, that will go for 3 at least. Seymour, the wheels are turning, and they hold him at third base. A 2-run triple for Curtis Seymour.
Come on, guys. It's not done. Let's keep it going.
Okay, Ron.
So 3 in the inning. They lead 6-1. Seymour at third, 1 out, and now Ron Hoy bats.
Base hit. Okay, Ron. Come on, Ron.
The Ron Hoy Construction team scored 7 runs in all of game 1. They have 6 and were just in the second inning. In game 2, popped up, and Avery has it at third base. A foul out there for the second out, and Rainey Berto now bats. He drew a walk in his first at-bat. Bill Tallman, the pitcher, he has a runner at third base to be wary of, and Berto is at the plate.
Down now, fellas. First base. Right in there, Bubble. Easy straight.
That one called strike one. Tim Sandrini on deck for the Ron Hoy construction team. 1-1 is the count to Berto. Whoa, what glove work by Tallman. Tallman with the leather. Ron Hoy construction scored 3 more. And we go to the top of the 3rd inning. The score is Ron Hoy construction 6 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 1. Slammin' Sammy Light leads off the top of the 3rd inning for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart. And I have a soft spot in my heart for that Corner Mart team. I'll tell you why. For many years, Scott and Dee at the Corner Mart were our business supporters for Plattsburgh North Star football. And they were the first business to ever be one of our supporters for the community activities that we do. A 6-3 put out on the light grounder. Plus, they have outstanding subs. And that tradition has been maintained because Scott and Dee sold to Eric Hendricks and his partner, and I'm sorry I forget her name, but Eric Hendricks, the second baseman for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart, have carried on that tradition of the huge subs, and they're very nice people there, and I think of their subs often. Ground ball, a forward. Ooh, he beat it out. McRae just legged it out. Nothing you can do about that. He's too fast for the softball. So Gary Gagne waited at second base for it, but with McRae, you can't play a deep second, I guess. And he legged it out. You have to give him a hit on that. So Kevin LaHoo bats. LaHoo drew a walk, so he remains 2 for 3 in this series. And the Corner Mart team batting in the 3rd inning, looking for runs. They are down by 5. Pulled foul. Ron Hoy pitches, and this one to Rainey Berto at 3rd base. Nice defensive play, and they got the force out. Rainey Berto, nice defense. And you have to be quick with the throw to get McRae off the bases. So LaHoo is at first base. 2 outs now. Ron Hoy in a groove on the mound, getting those infield grounders, and now Eric Hendricks bats. And we talked about Corner Mart. Well, here's one of the head honchos, Eric Hendricks. He played a great second base last night. This one to Berto at 3rd, and the 5-4 put out. No runs and 1 hit for the Corner Mart team. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Ron Hoy Construction wants more. They lead 6-1.
Let's get a bunch.
Bottom of the 3rd. Tim Sandrini at the plate. Then Carmen Rust and Jim Arabadou. Sandrini had a clutch single, RBI single, in his first at-bat. And he did not play in game 1, so he's a nice addition to the lineup, and he bats right in the middle in the number 5 spot.
You're ready now, you're ready.
Kelly Miller on camera. I'm Foxy Gagnon, North Country Cable Network, bringing you championship softball. Infield grounder, Burns at short. Offline, great backhanded scoop by O'Meara. That saved that one. O'Meara with the defense, the leather at first base. Carmen Rust had an RBI single in his first trip to the plate. Rust now 1 for 4 in the series. And if you didn't see Kelly Miller around Plattsburgh this summer, well, he was busy, folks. He didn't have time for us. He was busy. He had his hands full of fish. Nice play from Avery to O'Meara. And now Tallman getting in a groove. He's retired 4 in a row. Ron Hoy Construction with 3 in the first, 3 in the second, but they have 2 outs in the third. And now Rebedu hitting to a fielder's choice in his first at bat. Do you eat fish like almost every night, Kelly, when you're there?
No.
A 1-3 put out to end the inning, and we'll be back more with our fish stories right as we go to the top of the 4th. And the score remains Ron Hoy Construction 6 and Corner Mart 1. Top of the 4th, Jeff Burns, the first man, and a line drive to Rainey Berto, who is impersonating Greg Nettles at third base. My goodness, is that Greg Nettles over there? Who is that over there at third base? Jeez, Brooks Robinson? Call him Brooks Berto instead of Rainey Berto. My goodness. Pat Fulham now bats. So getting back to the fish stories, you don't eat fish, you get, are there things like McDonald's and all those commercial places to eat?
Yeah, there's a McDonald's and there's a Pizza Hut in town, but we don't usually go to town very often because we kind of on call to fish. So our aunt cooks for us whenever we fish, like go out in the boats, and whenever we don't, she doesn't cook for us, but like we have all the food that's there at the cook shack.
In the North Country, we were eating corn on the cob. Did you have any of that?
No corn on the cob, but she did make Michigans.
Ooh, I'd like to try those, Alaskan Michigans. They're made with meat, not fish, right?
Yeah, meat.
Okay. Well, Fulham got a base hit with 1 out. That was the 4th hit of the game for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart. And now Tallman bats, and he gets a single. And Corner Mart trying to mount a rally. They trail 6-1. They just shut the door, a 1-2-3 inning on Ron Hoy Construction, so they're trying to regain the momentum. They are down by 5. They got a couple on with 1 out in the 4th inning. Mike O'Mara, who's been a very good hitter. O'Mara is 3 for 5 in this series. And he's played a nice defense around first base. Oh, to Berto. You're hitting it to the wrong guy. He gets the tag of the double play. Berto, acrobatic out there at third base. He's covering the whole left side of the infield, for crying out loud. Can you believe it? What?
He's a computer guy.
And he's a computer guy. Well, boy, that's hard to believe. I'm telling you. Like Brooks Robinson at third base, and no runs on 2 hits for the Corner Mart team. Every time they mount a rally, Berto wipes it out. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the score remains Ron Hoy Construction 6 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 1. Bottom of the 4th, Gary Gagne stands in, line to left center in his first at-bat. Gagne now 0 for 4 in the series. He is looking for that first hit.
Good eye, good eye.
Good eye. Picking up the pace.
Come on, get on.
Sandrini.
Okay.
Confused boy.
Change coming up. 6-3 put out, strong play by Burns at first base.
Always work better under pain. Hey, where are you back?
And the first base umpire was injured, Pete Enso, and he had left the field for medical attention. So Jim Barron hustled down to first base to make that call. Enso back. The umpiring crew back at full tilt, and here's Henry Rafalco. 1 for 1 in the game and 3 for 4 in the series. Ron Hoy Construction with the 6-1 lead, batting in the bottom of the 4th inning. They want to even this series at 1 and send us into next week.
Good eye. Good eye. Come on, Henry.
Keep an eye on it.
Hey, Dad.
Good eye, Henry, good eye.
Be ready for your pitch.
Falco gets a walk. 1 on and 1 out. Gary Lamar, she's been another very good hitter. 1 for 1 in the game and 3 for 4 in the series.
Come on, Gary. All right, Gary, come on, base hit.
Gary, you can smack it. Let's go.
Inside, ball one. Rafalco waits at first base. Tallman pitches.
Good eye, good eye. It's gonna come back to you.
Good eye.
Good eye.
3-0 the count to Gary LaMarche.
We're 2 in a row.
Strike one there. I think it's 3-1 on Gary LaMarche. Tallman pitches and LaMarche decides not to swing, and it's strike. I've got a full count in my book. And LaMarche jumps on this one. Right field, but foul. Stayed in play, though, you see. If it stays in play, it cuts you some slack. You're not an automatic out. So they'll return that ball to pitcher Bill Tallman. Remains 1 on and 1 out. 3 runs on 7 hits, or 6 runs on 7 hits for the construction men. Now 8 hits. LaMarche with another hit. Rafalco stops at second base. And Dan Banker will bat. That's the guy we lost in our lineup his first time around. Banker 1 for 1 in this game, and now 1 for 3 in the series.
Make him throw to you now.
Banker passes on this one. It's inside, ball 1.
Make him throw to you now. Make him throw to you.
Keep an eye on it.
Come on.
You're ready now. Base it.
1-1 the count to Banker.
Struggling, I tell you.
Avery at third base.
There you go. There you go. You're up.
And Rafalco heads up, base running scores. So a fielder's choice in the book, and Rafalco scored after the put out of LaMarche at second base. So 2 outs, Banker on the base paths. That was action all over the infield. I'm not sure how Kelly followed that one, but 2 outs, 1 run in to make it a 7-1 game. And now 2 down, Ryan Hoy bats.
Good job. Good job. Base hit now. Base hit.
Look it if you like it.
Ryan, you be there. Look.
There you go.
Burns a shortstop to Hendricks at second base.
Defense.
Fielder's choice to end the inning. 1 run that time, and we've played 4 on the Ron Hoy Construction scoreboard. The score is Hoy Construction 7 and Corner Mart 1. Bottom 3 in the batting order in the 5th inning for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart: Darryl Avery, Jason Pupor, and Sammy Light. Avery 1 for 1 in this game and 4 for 5 in the series. He's driven in 5. He's the RBI leader, and he has played a great third base tonight. 2-0 the count. Ron Hoy on the mound, his 5th inning of work. He has surrendered 1 run on 5 hits in his first 4 innings. Left field, Ryan Hoy chases it down. Now let's see, make sure that's Ryan Hoy. Yep. So Avery flies to left, and Jason Pupor hit into a double play in his first at-bat. Pupor now 3 for 6 in this series. Patient and inside on the first pitch. Two and 0 the count. Three and 0 the count, as Pupor is patient on this at bat. That one's a strike. 3-1. Jason Pupor. Rafalco called for it in right field, and then dropped it.
Hit the ball hard.
So Pupor ends up on first base on the error, 1 on and 1 out, and now Light bats. Light 0 for 1 in this game. He did not play in game 1. He is the catcher for the Corner Mart team. And a base hit. Pupor hustles to third base, and Light continues running to second base. So runners on second and third now, 1 out, and a chance for Corner Mart to do some damage. They trail 7-1, batting in the top of the 5th inning. They won game 1 19-7, but the hits and runs have been tougher to find in game 2. McRae bats, walked, and then hit an infield single. Infield, Berto, and safe at first, and safe at home. McRae just beats everything. I'd like to see Steve McRae run against Jay Drolet of the Ice team. Well, McRae has to be given another infield single. Pupor scored. And Light is at third. LaHoo bats. They reorganize home plate area. It is now 7-2. 1 out, 2 runners on. Chance for a big inning for Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart. Taken ball 1. Hoy's next pitch comes up short. 2-0 the count to Kevin LaHoo. Walked in the first, fielder's choice in the third. Pulled to left field. Will it stay fair? Hoy back there in front of the 280 sign, fair territory, and the runner didn't tag up from third base. Base running mistake there, as the runner at third, Light, didn't tag up, so that goes as out number 2, and LaHoo is robbed of an RBI. And Hendricks now bats 0 for 2 in this game, and now 2 for 7. That one to left field, and Hoy with the catch for the third out. So just when things were moving Corner Mart's way, Ron Hoy on the mound shuts the door, gets 2 fly ball outs, 1 run on a couple of hits, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. The score on the Ron Hoy Construction scoreboard is Hoy Construction 7 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 2. Bottom of the 5th, Kurt Seymour, Ron Hoy, and Rainey Berto, the 3 batters, to face Bill Tallman.
There you go now, Tom.
You're set now, Kurt. You're set now, Keith. Come on.
Seymour 1 for 2 in the game and 2 for 5. This one, Hendricks through his legs.
Good job.
Seymour reaches on an error.
You got a runner?
Hendricks had such a great game in game 1 at second base, but that one right through the legs, and pinch runner for Seymour. And Hoy bats. Ron Hoy, the head honcho of Ron Hoy Construction. He's 1 for 2 in the game and 2 for 5 in the series. And we'll try to find out who's running at first base. Who? Wheels running at first base. Everybody knows him as Wheels. Bad hop off Avery's arms, and Wheels has the wheels turning. Oh, I guess so. All right, so Construction looking for more runs. I don't know. I guess I have to call that one an error too. Hard shot, but rolled up the arms. Avery's pretty short-handed at third base. Rainey Berto bats, a walk and an infield ground out. And they've set the table. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Chance for Hoy to add to their lead. The Construction team leads 7-2, batting in the bottom of the 5th.
You have chicken for supper?
Tallman pitches. Berto to Avery at third. Nails it, but across the diamond, just got him out. Half a step. Avery, a gun from third base to O'Mara. Runners hold. 1 out, and now Keith Dubuque bats in the Tim Sandrini spot. Keith Dubuque, the batter. And this is Dubuque's first at-bat in the series. He does not want to leave these two runners on base. We should mention Daryl Woodward is the manager. I guess he's the manager of the Ron Hoy construction team. He's the one who handed us the lineup, and he's given us the lineup changes. Daryl Woodward is coaching at third base. He's a longtime friend. I hate to say it, but Daryl was in my class in my early days as a teacher. Daryl Woodward was in my class. He's one of the guys who taught me how to be a teacher, I'll tell you that.
There you go. There you go.
Base hit. Dubuque gets the base hit and Wheels scores.
Good job, Keith. Nice job, Keith.
Get over, Jason. Get over.
So the Seymour spot scores. Hoy goes to third. Runners on the corners, 1 out, and it's now 8-2. Hoy Construction with the lead. Carmen Rust bats. He's 1 for 2 tonight. And 1 for 5 in the series. Tallman throws wildly, but O'Mara gobbled it up, and they hold the runners. One runner went from first to second, but they held Hoy at third. So a 1-3 put out. Runners on now at second and third, 2 outs. And a big at-bat here for Jim Rabideau. 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position. You know Tallman wants this batter out. He is 0 for 2 in the game and 0 for 4 in the series. Tallman knocks it down, but it'll be a base hit. Knocked it down, but couldn't get the out. Infield hit for Rabideau, and Hoy scored. It's 9-2, Ron Hoy Construction lead. They have led all the way. Gagne bats, he's 0 for 2, and he's 0 for 5 in the series.
Get him, Billy. 2 down, guys.
2-0 the count to Gary Gagne. We're in game 2 of the C Division Championship Series. The Sons of the American Legion Adirondack Slow Pitch Softball League. It's the league with the longest title ever for a softball league. We've contacted the Guinness Record books for that, and it is indeed the longest title. We're trying to set up an interview with President Bob McCory, but it's officially called the Sons of the American Legion Adirondack Slow Pitch Softball League.
Base it now, base it.
On the other side.
Tallman pitches. Gagne takes the walk. Gagne walks. Bases loaded for Henry Rafalco. Oh no! Gagne didn't have a hit in the series. Rafalco has 3. He is 3 for 4 in the series. And that one is strike 1. Sacks packed. 2 outs. And a big battle here between pitcher Tallman and batter Rafalco.
There you go.
And Rafalco gets the hit, pulls it to left field, and 1 run in.
Stay there, Jimmy! Hey, Gary! Afterburners up. Gary!
Watch it,
Time
Jason.
to shine, baby! Come on, Gary!
That puts Rabideau at third, Gagne at second, Rafalco at first, 1 out.
1 down.
And Gary, 2 outs, and Gary LaMarche bats.
Right at him, Billy. Right at him.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ron Hoy Construction adding to their lead with 3 runs here to take a 10-2 lead. Lamarche 2 for 2 in the game, 4 for 5 in the series. Popped up, and in left field, it's Kevin LaHue. And that ends the 5th inning. 3 runs in the inning, and after 5, it's Ron Hoy Construction 10 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 2. Jeff Burns, the batter. He's 0 for 2 tonight and 3 for 7 in the series. So they've been able to shut down Burns, which is an accomplishment. He had a big 3 for 5 game and scored 3 times in game 1. Ron Hoy, the pitcher, now ready for his 6th inning of work. Hoy Construction with 10 runs on 11 hits. And the Corner Mart team 2 runs on 7 hits. That one foul. Burns takes the walk. Pat Fulham is the next batter. Reached on an error in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. In no inning does the Corner Mart team have more than 2 hits. They have not been able to mount a rally. Strike 1 called. Hoy pitches and popped up in the infield. Berto gives chase. Oh, off his glove, does the juggling act. Almost got the double play. The juggling act by Berto. Made it look hard, makes our highlight tape. That's one where you're running right towards the camera. You might as well juggle it, make the highlight tape. I think he did it on purpose.
One down now, Bill.
They almost got the double play at first base. So 1 on and 1 out, and now Bill Tallman bats. Fielder's choice in the 2nd and a single in the 4th. And Tallman is 4 for 6 in the series. And that one pokes it to right field. Rafalco overran it. You could see that he overran that one. And Tallman safe at 2nd, and the throw comes into 3rd where you find Burns. Oh, how are you going to score that one? Error? Yeah, I guess you have to. A misplay in right field. I don't know if I'd call it an error, but I might call it a misplay. Huh?
You're too nice.
I'm a hitter's scorekeeper, I know that. I am a hitter's scorekeeper. If that were me batting, I'd say I powered it to right field, give me a hit. Mike O'Mara, 1 for 2 in the game. But you don't want to open the door for the Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart team. They won game 1, 19-7. You do not want to open the door. Look what can happen. O'Mara with an RBI single, scores 2. And we'll check the score. It's 10-4. It's 10-4 in the top of the 6th inning as the Corner Mart team tries to mount a comeback. 1 on and 1 out for Darryl Avery. Good hitter. 1 for 2 tonight. 4 for 6 in the series. And he has 5 RBIs in the series. That one to left field, but nobody will get to it. Pulled out of play.
Keep it down.
Avery swings near the plate. Foul ball called. I had it fair myself. I had it fair, but called foul. And Avery comes back.
Where the ball is, picked it up in the air in foul territory. 1-2. Come on, Daryl.
Hoy pitches, and this one to shortstop across the diamond. Seymour to Rust. A 6-3 put out on Avery. And they held O'Mara at 2nd base. 2 outs now, and Jason Pupor. This has been Corner Mart's best inning. They scored 1 in the second, 1 in the fifth. They have 2 in the 6th inning, and that's where Hoy wants to end it. Pupor bats. He's 0 for 2. Did reach on an error. And Pupor now 3 for 7 in the series. Right up the middle. Can that score O'Meara? He stops at third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And an important at-bat for slamming Sammy Light. Light grounded to shortstop and then shot a single up the middle. So Light is 1 for 2 in the game and in the series. He did not play in game 1.
Get the out. Hey, stop it here.
Lofted to left field. Ryan Hoy chases it down near the line, and that's it. 2 runs in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it's Ron Hoy Construction 10 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 4.
You're ready now. Base it.
You know, sometimes a softball game can make you hungry for cheese doodles. They absolutely can. Now, Keith Kemp, better known as Wheels, bats in the Dan Banker spot. Oh, he'll beat that out. Tallman won bare hands it, but Wheels beat it out. Infield single for Kemp, puts the hat on backwards and gets ready to run those wheels. Ryan Hoy at the plate now. Top of the order. Ron Hoy Construction with 10 runs on 12 hits now. Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart with 4 runs on 9 hits. Temperature has dipped to 57 degrees, but it's warmer than game 1. Game 1 night at this time, it dropped to 45 degrees. Possible 2. Oh, error at shortstop. Burns makes the error. And Ron Hoy Construction with an opportunity to add to their 10-4 lead. 2 speedsters on the bases.
Bob LaFontaine. That's the guy.
That's it, Bob LaFontaine. Yes. I couldn't remember it. And the official score over there in the dugout for the Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart is Bob LaFontaine. And I even played softball with him one year. He was on the same softball team as I. And his name escaped me momentarily, and we researched it. Ron Hoy searched that one out. Kurt Seymour, the batter. Base hit up the middle, 1 run in, play at third, they got him. 1 run scored. Base hit here for Seymour, his 3rd RBI of the game, as Kemp scored, but put out at third base. One out. Runner on second. It's Seymour, and Ron Hoy bats. He's 1 for 3 tonight.
Boy, you help me out here.
We found the cheese doodles up here on top of the dugout.
Oh!
Hey, Ron.
Boys!
Tallman pitches, and Hoy waits. Bites into this one. Avery at third base, across to O'Meara. 5-3 put out for the second out.
Well, I got him to third. Now you get him in. Wait for your catch up there.
1 run in the 6th inning for Ron Hoy Construction, so they lead now 11-4. And Rainey Berto, what a defensive game he's had. He is 0 for 2 at the plate. And he is 0 for 5 in the series. He has a walk tonight and scored a run. But it's been his defense that has pulled the Ron Hoy Construction team out of a jam more than once. Berto waits. That one is a strike. Kelly Miller on camera. Did we say that? Kelly Miller on camera, direct from Alaska. So this is warm weather for the kid. He's enjoying it. This is like warm. This is like summer. I'm Foxy Gagnon. We are North Country Cable Network. Thanks to Ron Hoy Construction for their support. Up the middle, RBI single for Berto. 12-4 is the score. And Keith Dubuque at the plate, 1 for 1. It was an RBI single. Berto at first with 2 outs. In game 1, Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart won it 19-7 to take a 1-game lead in this best-of-5 series. This is the C division. And game 2 has been all Ron Hoy Construction. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, and they didn't look back. Bill Tallman trying to get out of this and have a 7th inning comeback. Up the middle, but they have the defense in the right place, and they got him. The fielder's choice with the right defense, and it paid off that time. 2 runs in the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. This could be it, and it's Ron Hoy Construction 12 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 4. Top of the order in the 7th. McRae pops it up, Hoy calls for it, and the basket catch. And that gets McRae. 2 outs remaining, and Ron Hoy Construction looking to tie this series at 1, which means we'd have a minimum of a 4-game series in this best-of-5. LaHoo bats. That one to left field with power. Back is Hoy, and he has it. So 2 quick outs, and Corner Mart seemingly going quietly in the 7th. Eric Hendricks 0 for 3 tonight, and 2 for 8 in the series. Never too late for a rally, and he starts it off. Never too late for a rally, never too late for a sub. That's my saying. Yep, and Hendricks is there at first base. Burns bats. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. 3 for 7 in the series, and he has a single. So after 2 quick outs, Hendricks and Burns follow with singles. And it's Pat Fulham. He's 1 for 3 tonight and 3 for 7 in the series. It's getting chillier now. We're down to 56 degrees on our AccuStat thermometer.
Grab a couple, come on. Get the ball in.
We don't have Storm Tracker 2000 or anything like that, but we've got my left knee, which really gets tight in cold weather. I can tell that we're getting near 50 degrees. My knee is tightening up. It's not the same as that WPTZ Storm Tracker 2000, but I call it Foxy's knee 53 because that's how old I am.
There you go.
Fulham waits. That one's a strike. Ron Hoy Construction 1 out away from the win in game 2 and a tied series in the C division. But Fulham gets the walk. Guess what? We've got the bases loaded. Now the score is 12-4, so you don't want to be nervous yet if you're Ron Hoy Construction. Tallman bats. He's 1 for 3, but he's been on base 3 times. A fielder's choice, a single, and reached on an error. That one's a strike.
Come on, guys, you're thirsty.
Tallman the batter. Right off the fist, Berto gives chase. It's fitting. It is fitting that Berto would make the running catch for the final out. No runs on 2 hits in the last inning, and this series is even at 1. Thanks to Kelly Miller for his work on camera. Thanks to Ron Hoy Construction for their support. And great job by the umpires, because we hardly mentioned their name. You know they had a good game. The final score in this one is Ron Hoy Construction 12 and Fred and Jerry's Corner Mart 4. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of everyone at North Country Cable Network saying, as always, good night.